The wait is finally over. Galatasaray's Champions League road begins this week. What's going to happen? Let's talk about it now on the Galatasaray Show. Hello, merhaba, guten tag to the Galatasaray Show. I'm Brad. This is Serkan.
Hello.
All right, Serkan, it's finally here. We've spent weeks talking about this transfer, that transfer, who's coming, who's going, who's not coming, how are we going to compete in the Champions League, oh, this keeper, oh, that keeper, stress, drama. Well, all the talk is done. We're finally here. Thursday, Eintracht Frankfurt.
I'm super excited.
You seem like
it's going to be a fun
you're,
game.
You're just bursting with excitement. All right, so let's talk about first. So I'm a little confused. I watched Eintracht Frankfurt's game Friday against Leverkusen, and their biggest playmaker, he didn't play. Do you know why
Maybe
Lars?
they were saving him for the Gala game. I don't know.
I've looked
he
up.
injured?
I can't see anything about him being injured, but I was just confused. He didn't play at all in a game that they lost badly.
And he was not on the bench?
No, he was not on the bench. So if you kind of look at Frankfurt, they like to use Larson, drift him back into the defense, and kind of set up to attack. And then use John Uzun, and they have 4 different forwards. They even have Mario Götze. Remember this guy? He's super old. He's injured right now, but he might be healthy for this match. And guess who else they have at striker for Frankfurt?
Batshuayi, right?
Yes, our old fan Batshuayi, who almost got in a big fist fight in this game against Leverkusen on Friday. So they'd won their first 2 games, but then this game they lose 3-1. They let in 2 free kicks and a penalty, and even when Leverkusen was down to 9 men, they still managed to score against them. And keep in mind, this was a Leverkusen team with a brand new coach who had just fired Erik ten Hag. So not exactly maybe the most organized team. So the fact that a Leverkusen kind of in chaos like that could take Frankfurt down might be an encouraging sign for us.
Oh, we'll see. They usually play with high pressing and leave a lot of space in defense. So if Osimhen or Barış gets the ball on the wings, then we may be able to create some chances.
And Christensen, their left back,
he got injured.
Yeah, he's ruled out for several weeks, so one of their starting defenders won't be playing. So let's talk about Osimhen. I do not think he's going to play. We're 2 days away, and I didn't think he was going to play leading up to this. And today he didn't train with the team. He's training on his own. And then Okan Hoxha came out with a quote saying that there's 7 more Champions League games left. He's not going to risk Osimhen if there's even a 10% chance he could get hurt again. And I agree 100% with that.
Definitely want to save him for the next games. We don't want to risk it.
No, because this is a game we can win, I believe, without him. And there's other games that we cannot win without him, and there's no need to risk it. So what we're going to do now, we're going to build the lineup that we think, if we can agree on it, this will be fun. If we can agree on a lineup, we think it'll be the best one for this game. So hit it, Serkan.
So I'm going to change my formation. So we're going to be playing 4-2-2-1 with 2 wingers and with a false 9. So goalkeeper, Günay.
No,
you'll be proud of me.
All right, now, why is the guy that spent the last 2 months saying we need to transfer a goalkeeper, get the transfer goalkeeper, and then start the guy that he said doesn't have any Champions League experience? He can't start in the Champions League. And he starts that guy.
You just sounded like we transferred Donnarumma and I didn't put him in the first 11. So the guy that we transferred, we saw him, right? We saw him playing in the last game. Günay, he's excellent with his feet, and that's what we need for this game. And he knows how to build the attack.
But it's people like you, all you people on your social media, fussing, we need a keeper. that put all the pressure on Galatasaray to spend all this stupid money that we spent on a keeper we
Well,
didn't need.
that's not my fault that we spent 33 million euros on a Turkish goalkeeper.
I did.
If we had transferred Ederson or Donnarumma, that would have been a different story.
Or if everybody would just said, we love Gunnar, let's do this.
It depends. If we play with Liverpool, I'll put Urcan in the first 11. But this game,
right.
I think we'll definitely need Günay. We'll
All right.
definitely need his skills with his feet. I'll put Günay. So right back, Shalai. And center back, I'm going to put Singo. And Davinson Sanchez. And left back, I'll surprise you, Jacobs.
You've always liked that guy.
What do you think about this?
You'll see.
So we'll play with two defensive midfielders. So and Lemina. And right in front of those two guys, I'll play İlkay. So assuming that Osimhen is injured, that's what it looks like. Barış is gonna play striker. Well, not a striker, but false nine.
Right.
Right. And then left winger Sane and right winger Yunus.
All right, so tell me why you went with who you went with.
Okay. So I already justified my case with Günay, right? He's excellent with his feet, and we need to build the attack from this area. So Günay is the guy that I'm going with. So Shalai, I cannot justify to cut him. He's been playing so good in the past 2 months.
I agree.
That we've been playing, including the friendly games. So that's why I'm choosing him. Well, Singo, we need his speed. Davinson Sanchez will definitely need him. So one of the question becomes, where's Abdülkerim? If Galatasaray is ahead in the final 30 minutes, it makes sense to put Singo at right back and shift Abdülkerim over, since they will be going all out in attack. So because the opponents will be pressing hard, right, if they're losing. So I will just switch over and put Apo here. So Apo here and Singo right back. Abdülkerim is good at winning header, so we'll definitely need him if we happen to be ahead in the second half. So Jacobs, we need. So I watched the Turkey-Spain game about 10 days ago, and I don't think Eren is the best player as far as the defense goes. He's a good attacker. He dribbles well with the ball. And Jacobs, he has different skills than Eren. Jakob is more defensive than Eren, and we need more defensive players in this first 11. So I'm choosing Jacobs over Eren, just because he's better at defending.
Okay.
And we gotta play with two defensive midfielders, and sometimes either Torreira or Lemina can join İlkay and play as 4-4-2. But I don't think I need to say anything about those two guys, because we have no other options other than putting Sarah in the place of Lemina, which wouldn't make any sense because, yeah. And İlkay, so İlkay versus Sarah, we will definitely need İlkay's skills and his experience in the Champions League. He thinks faster than Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes Sarah is super slow when he gets the ball with his final decision. So İlkay will be a better fit for this kind of games. Yunus and Sane. So Yunus needs to come back and help Shalai if they're attacking on the left. Barış will play as a false nine. Again, he'll be pressing hard. And Sane, again, we have no other options. I don't think we have another winger that can replace Sane at this point. If Osimhen plays on Thursday, then I will put Barış right here, right winger, and Osimhen plays as a striker.
And then Eunice and would you keep Eunice or? You
No,
use Sané.
I will keep Sané. I
All
will
right.
keep Sané. I'm expecting so much from Sané. This is his time. This is his league. This is his showtime.
All right. So yours is a lot different from what mine's going to be.
Okay. You want to take over?
Sure. Yeah. All right. So can you see it?
Yes, I can see it.
All right. So let's see here. All right. I'm ready. All right. So I'm going to move mine around a little bit. So this is mine. I'll start up top. I do not think Osimhen should play. So this is going to be Barish, as we talked about. On the left, I want Eunice because that's where he likes to play. And on the right, I'm going with Shalai. I'm going with form. Right now, Sané, he's probably going to be good. He does not look comfortable in the lineup. His passing hasn't been good. He just doesn't look confident in what he's doing. Chalet has played this position before, and
But
he's going to
this
give
is the
us
game he's
offense.
gonna prove himself. This is the game that he's gonna prove himself. So I have so
I
much
don't have time.
confidence.
I don't have time for him to prove himself this game. We can't drop points in this game. We've got to win it. And
You
so
remember how Zaha played against Manchester United, right?
I do.
He was not playing well before that game, and he gave his 100%
Well, I'm
in that
hoping
game. So
Sané is a better person than that, and he's not just going to be somebody that shows up for games he wants to play. Like I don't think he's not playing because he doesn't want to play. I just don't think he's comfortable for whatever reason.
oh man, you're playing Elmali and Apo at the same time.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh wow, you gotta say something about this. You gotta justify why you're playing Elmali with Apo.
All right, so here's my thinking in this. So these guys have played together. They know each other, and I don't think you can blame Aaron for that Spain debacle. The midfield for Turkey in that game was god awful. Hakan Şanlıoğlu, the guy that I saw play against Juventus this weekend, wasn't the guy that played in that game. So you can't blame any of those defenders. They had balls coming at him from like 15 different directions. And so I like Aaron's speed, his defense, and his offense. We're going to need to defend and attack. So Aaron, he can attack. Salah can attack, and he can come back and defend very well. Eunice has decent defense as well, and he can attack. And then I'm going with Ilkay over Sara because just like what you said, Sara just seems a bit too slow for this. And with the way that Frankfurt likes to attack, we've got to take them out of their game. And Ilkay is the kind of guy that can slow the game. He can play the game at the pace we want to play and dictate the pace. Then same here, since I'm giving up a little defense here for the offense of Aaron, that's why I'm going with a more defensive look here with Lamina and Torreira. Because again, as we've seen, the way Lamina can control, once Lamina came into the lineup last year, Torreira showed himself a very effective in the attack. And so if we have opportunities for Lamina to hold back and Torreira to go forward, that's going to be great because you got to remember that there's two ways to win this game. Well, three. You can just outscore them. You can defend and get them on the counter, or you can just go at it the whole game, both sides, right? And so I want a more offensive lineup on the road, but still with a good enough defensive mentality. And I'm going with Shakir because, hey, apparently he's the guy for the Champions League because we paid so much for him, right? So you got to play him.
And
You
how
know
many
they're going to play him.
games has he played in the Champions League? 0.
Right. But you know what? They're going to have to play him. There's no way Okan's not going to play a guy that the board just spent this much money on.
The only problem is they're going to be putting so much pressure on us. So we'll need a guy that's gonna with excellence with his feet and he knows how to build the attack, right?
So
I
I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm being sarcastic with my pick because I think Gunnar has been the best keeper the whole time, but there's no way they're not going to play him. They spent all that money. And so there's no way
Gunay
they're
is
going to
not
play
better
Gunnar.
than Urcan. Gunay is not better than Urcan. That's not what I'm saying.
I know for this game. I know. They're never going to do it.
I'm just swapping those two guys just for this game because again, They're attacking like with 10 players, and we're gonna find so much space in the back.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I think we're going to win. Most of the money is on a draw, on the betting lines. Now, I don't know how those lines look now that we're pretty sure that Osimhen's out. I'll tell you a funny story. So I asked ChatGPT yesterday, like, who's going to win the game? ChatGPT tells me Frankfurt's going to win 2-1 and talks about Karam and Zaha like being good in the attack.
Yeah,
And I'm like, we we don't have those
it has
players
not been
anymore.
updated yet.
I called him stupid. I'm like, are you stupid? I'm like, we haven't had those players for like a year. I'm like, don't you know we have Victor Osimhen? Oh, that's a really good point. Blah blah blah blah blah. And then I said, and we got Ilkay. And he goes, I can't find anything about an Ilkay. I'm like, Gundogan? And he goes, oh, you are correct. I see that you got this. But now you want me to update? I'm like, sure. I go, you know, we got Singo too. And it's like, oh, you are correct. Let me update again.
That's what we call supervised AI. So
Yeah.
you gotta supervise
So it goes from saying we're going to lose to Frankfurt 2-1. By the time I get through like lobbying it with the players we have, now we're going to win 2-1. I'm like, I
So
feel sorry for people that like use ChatGPT, like to actually bet money, and they don't like asking any qualified questions. Oh, that was funny yesterday.
I'm kind of surprised that you chose Eren over Jakobs because we'll definitely need Jakobs' agility.
I think Jakobs comes in. I think it's super important on the road in the Champions League to get an early goal. And I think Aaron gives us a better chance to defend while still getting that early goal. And then we can bring in more defense and move people around as the game goes along. We'll see. We'll see what Ocon Hoja does in a couple of days. Let's talk about one more thing with Frankfurt. Their leading scorer so far this season has come out of the midfield, and he's a Turk.
Can Uzun.
Can Uzun. Yeah. He had another goal on Friday. He hit it and it kind of bounced off the ground, bounced at the keeper, and bounced over him into the goal.
We'll see. It's gonna be a fun game for sure. I think we stand better chances as far as the players go. We have better players than they have.
We could have drawn a much tougher opponent for the first game. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, the fact where like the public money is like on a draw is going towards a draw, and you're on the road, right? That says a lot about the matchup. And let's not forget that he can't play like a whole game, and he's not totally healthy. But Mario Emmanuel Icardi scored again this weekend.
This is not his game, no.
Well, let's talk a little bit about this. The reason I am excited about this game is watching the game Saturday. We were awful. Looked like we were playing in the mud until Barish came in. Barish came in, Hepsi Tumtursen. The game just completely changed. We were an attacking team, going. Now, Icardi started that game, played longer than Ocon wanted him to. And again, where was he? He was at the right place at the right time. The ball came in, and just like a vulture, he was there waiting on it. And
that's what he's built for.
Exactly. I mean, if you go back and look at some of these strikers like Van Nistelrooy, he wasn't a creative playmaker. He was I'm going to hang around the box and let Giggs and Beckham send the ball into me. I want to score 35 goals. Ibrahimovic, you didn't see him taking the ball in the midfield and like racing down the field and scoring. He never did that. Same thing. He's a poacher and a vulture. So, and while we're talking about Icardi, please, if you're someone calling Icardi fat, please stop. Please stop calling Icardi fat. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm the first one to fat shame. I'm that kind of guy. But when you were as immobile as he was, there's no way you don't put on weight. And you're saying, well, eat less. Well, if you want to keep your muscle mass, which players have to have, especially in their legs, you can't reduce your calories and protein intake to the point where you don't gain weight, or you're going to lose your muscle even more. this takes to the weight loss. Now they can move around again. Sure, he could like fast and go on a starvation diet and not have that little belly pooch everybody's making fun of. And so I guess if he didn't have the belly pooch, everybody would just love him and think he's in great shape. But if you lose weight that fast, and you know it if you've ever tried it, if you lose weight rapidly, you're going to lose muscle with the fat. And once you get past about 30, it's easier to take off fat than it is to put back on muscle. And so the reason it looks like he's losing weight slowly is because it's the right thing to do. He's got to keep his protein up and the carbs up for his activity level while timing them correctly so he can lose the weight while preserving his muscle mass. So there's a reason that this isn't just going off overnight and he can't snap his fingers. If he was 19, oh, he could do that. But he's not. He's like 31, right? And so you've got to approach this from a different way you would in your 30s than you would in your lower 20s. I've been wanting to say that for a while because it's just insane what people are saying about him. They're acting like he's a 23-year-old guy that's been just eating at McDonald's every day.
This guy scored 3 goals in the past 5 games.
Yes.
And that was his first full 90-minute game. He still scores.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to get there eventually. I mean,
absolutely.
If he plays the same way in March of 2026, then we can talk about it, right? But we're still in September, and this guy has been training, like, how long? Like 2 months?
Yeah.
After injury?
Yeah, full training.
Right. So let's just be realistic.
Yeah.
He's not going to be fit in a matter of like 2 months. That's not going to happen overnight, as you said.
But here's how good he is. An unfit Mario Icardi has 3 goals.
He knows where he needs to be.
Yeah, and you can't tell me if we're tied in this game Thursday, and in the 55th minute you see Icardi on the sidelines, that the Frankfurt players aren't going to look over and go, "Oh no." They will. Icardi's going to. He just scares people. He's so good. All right, that's our take. If you disagree with us, in the comments, please. I have 2 questions for you. 1. What do you think the final score is going to be? And 2, do you agree with either of our lineups? If not, please tell us yours. I'd love to see who's right. Somebody's going to be right about this lineup. Might not be you, might not be me, might be one of you guys watching. Who knows? So, all right. We're just over 2 days away. Hadi in Cim Bom. Champion olacak.
See you on the next one.
Görüşürüz.
Bye.